Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a special 2025 forecast reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find the information regarding that on my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Aquarius, happy 2025. I hope that you all are doing well. I'm going to be using a fun layout today for the 2025 forecast readings. This is a truncated version of what I would offer in a private reading, of course. So it's all based on the directions and kind of the compass. So north, south, east, and west corresponding to the quarters of the year, and a center card of the compass as well. I'm going to be using 3 decks for your reading today. The first one is the Citadel Fantasy Oracle for the overall energy, the Messenger Oracle for the 4 directions, and the Tarot of Mystical Moments for your tarot portion of your reading. All cards have been pre-shuffled. Palo Santo has been burned. Candles are lit. Set the mood. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What messages for 2025 do you have for Aquarius? Thank you. Interesting. Someone else got this. I can't remember who. The Spy Master, knowledge and distrust. The Spy Master, knowledge and distrust. So immediately, Spirit said, this year is all about being savvy. And that word is it's a great word, savvy. But it's all about being particular in the way that you approach a situation. It requires not only intelligence and strategy, but I would also argue that it requires some charisma, some personality, some nuanced behavior, right? When someone has savvy or they're doing something with savvy, it suggests that they have an agenda, and that's fine, you know. We try to keep agendas with love and light around here, but you do you. But I do feel as though you're having to approach something with savvy because you've gleaned some knowledge of something happening that requires you to be savvy. A little bit on guard, I will say, Aquarius, a little bit. You know, I don't see anything threatening you because you have savvy, which means you already know. And I see the key here, and this kind of raven / crow energy it's sitting on the hand. It's like the bird in the hand. A bird in the hand is better than 2 in the bush, right? Like, you already have the bird in hand. The message that the crow or the raven usually brings to us, it's already there. And it's almost as if that crow brought you that key, the key to understanding, the key to intelligence. I'm seeing a specific card in this deck, and if it comes out, it will be amazing. The Ace of Swords, which involves a very particular kind of skeleton key for a very particular kind of lock. So even if I don't see that card pop out for your reading today, I'll probably show it to you. The words are knowledge and distrust. And I think that, I don't know. I mean, I can't really, Spirit's not telling me if it's a family member or business partner or whatever it is. I mean, maybe it's just the state of the world, right? That we're having to be more prepared. We're having to set ourselves up for success in a different way in 2025. And I think that the Aquarius mind already knows this. But you still want to put the feelers out there, is what Spirit just said. Put the feelers out there. Start asking questions. You're not trying to be obvious about anything, but, oh, what have you heard about that new storefront down the street, or, oh, what have you heard about Jimmy proposing to Barbara, or whatever? What have you heard? What have you heard? So I see that you're not stressing out about it, but you're just gleaning information. So this is what I see for you for the center of the compass. I'm going to get the 4 directions. It will be north, northeast, south, west from the Messenger Oracle. It was so sunny when I started to do the readings, and now it's very cloudy. Got like a couple of hours of sunlight because we're supposed to get rain all this week. Normally I hate talking about the weather, but Spirit wanted me to talk about it, like the clouds rolling in. Interesting. Okay. 4 cards are out for the directions, and now we're going to get the clarifiers. Spirit just said we're taking everything in the upright. I didn't do that for everybody. I did that for my personal forecast readings, but Spirit just said, nope, you take everything in the upright. Okay. Okay. Will do. Beautiful. Okay. The north position. So this is kind of, oh, you know what I didn't get? I didn't get a clarifier for the Spy Master. Let's get a clarifier. Aha, see? It's amazing. Thank you, Spirit. The 4 of Cups and the 7 of Swords. So I feel like this combination came out for somebody else, these 2 particular cards. And I've shuffled this deck many times. So I want to just point out here, 4 of Cups kind of always talks about something that you can't see. The Cup of Love, the Ace of Cups from Spirit. But the thing that you can't see right now in this moment is that Spirit is protecting you. Maybe, I don't know, you know, I do have, I have a fair number of, I don't have a lot of viewers, but of the viewers that I have, and thank you for being here, Aquarians are some of the larger quantities of people that watch. So I do feel as though you know that you have a Spirit team, but it could be difficult sometimes to reconcile that, especially if you're prone to intellectualizing things and wanting to find kind of proof and have things rooted in the real and in the real world. It could be difficult for you to just every once in a while have faith in things and just trust and surrender. That could be difficult for some of you, but Spirit is saying you are protected, and it's important for them to say that to you because of the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords is all about, it can be sneaky energy, it can be thievery, right? We see here, these eggs do not belong to this character, because here's the nest over here. It's not her nest. This had a much different message in a prior reading, but for your reading, it feels like, I don't know, it could be things that are germinating, seeds, ideas that you could have floating out there, and maybe somebody is trying to take them, or maybe not take them, but they had something similar. Why do I say this? Because Spirit is bringing to my mind this whole series of videos at the time that I am watching this, the time that I am recording this, there's all this kind of controversy in the fashion world because a certain chain superstore has made a dupe or a knockoff of a very famous designer bag. I'm sure many of you have heard of this. Imagine the most expensive designer bag in the world, and your favorite big box chain store has made their own version and is selling it for $80. Now, you know, they say sometimes that, what do they say? What is that expression? Imitation is the highest form of flattery. Thank you, Spirit. God. I actually can't remember the last time I ever said that phrase, but that's why it took me a minute to think of it. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. Sure. But it's causing quite a stir. Because, well, one, it talks about, like, patents and copyright and intellectual property and designs and artistry, etc. So that calls things into question. Like, can you take something and make it your own just by making a few tweaks when clearly it's trying to imitate the original, right? Then again, Andy Warhol, very famous artist, pop artist, that's all he ever did. And he called it art. So these things are being called into question right now. What is the ethical, you know, whatever of it? And then people are saying, why not? Because it's this exclusivity that keeps people from having nice things because they can't afford an $80,000 purse, right? So Spirit is giving me this. I don't care about any of that, but Spirit is giving me that specifically because I was saying that these might be ideas, these might be designs, these might be something floating around, and there could be this potential of somebody wanting it from you or tweaking it just enough to make it their own, right? And you kind of like wanting to know more about it. Spirit is protecting you. Spirit sits in rooms and hears conversations that you can't hear, right? So just keep talking to your spirit guides and asking for that protection. And you know what? This is very bad karma for whoever is doing that. So we don't wish bad karma on anyone. I'm just telling you that it's bad karma. We want to support each other. We don't want to steal from each other. So that could be in question right now. I don't know. It might not be like a physical stealing, and it might not be stealing of money. It might just be, it could be, I feel like it's more of a creative idea. Like, let's say you wanted to write a book, you know, and you've told your friends about the plot, and they're like, oh my God, I love that idea. And then somebody goes and starts writing that book based on your idea, you know? So there is a word of caution here. But again, Spirit gave me the word savvy. You are savvy, and you will figure yourself through this situation. In the north position, so this is what, the middle position is what Spirit set out for you. The north position, your overall goals and themes. A new day dawns. And I was kind of smiling to myself because when I was talking about the weather and the clouds and everything, this card popped out, a new day dawns. It's almost like the clouds have to roll in for them to roll out. That we have to kind of get through this period of a little bit of uncertainty, a little bit of rain, so that when the clouds break, it's majestic. I see this dragon figure is just absolutely, I mean, all these colors are making the endorphins in my brain just fire because it's just so beautiful. It feels so lush and vibrant and full of life, full of energy and power, right? So you're determined. And what are you determined to do? Walk away from things that do not serve you. Serve your best and highest good. 8 of Cups is about walking away. You know, things may be nice, things may be cozy, but it's not for you anymore. You're kind of following your bliss. And you know what's interesting here? I never really put it together before, but two swans, two birds, two butterflies, two dragonflies, one ladybug, ladybird. Where's the counterpart? So I think that, you know, this could be a soulmate that you're walking towards, or just walking towards your higher self, the divine masculine version of you. Right? It's beautiful here, and we can be happy for the things here, but we have to kind of go out and find our bliss. We owe it to ourselves. And I feel as though that's the attitude you're having. I owe it to myself. I've made sure that everyone else is cared for and abundant, prosperous. I've made sure. It's like I've done my due diligence and I've done right by everyone. But now it's my turn to find my counterpart, to connect with my higher self. And what does that look like? It means that you're following your passions, you're following your life's blueprint. What were you meant to do on planet Earth? Who were you meant to be? And we can have several iterations of that, and I feel as though you're just going through another iteration of that, where you are discovering that for yourself. So that's really beautiful. There's a determination too. With the Eight of Cups, there's no turning back. There's no turning back. In the East position, rising. What is rising? Like the sun rising. What is upcoming for you? You know, you were born to create. You were born to create. You know what's amazing too? See this cosmic egg? What did I tell you? Whatever this idea is, or several ideas that you have, if it's to start a new life for yourself, start something creative, a new business, whatever, it's bursting at the seams. I feel like it has so much protection behind it, so much power behind it. And you see here these are the fingers of the dragon. They're almost, to me, what that reminds me of is like when I do Reiki, when I send Reiki to people, I create the chi ball, the ball of energy between my hands, and then I send it out. This is what I feel is happening. You're creating this energy between your two hands and your two ears. But you're creating this energy for yourself. And you want to be able to send it out into the world, but you have to focus on it and have it become something tangible. Very determined energy. I mean, look at how intense those eyes are. But again, the color of the eyes and the color of the energy here are the same. So there's something about what it is that you're seeing, right? Here, the Spy Master. What is it that you're seeing in your mind's eye that you want to create? And I'm telling you right now, I mean, it's just so beautiful. This is this number 17, the major arcana, the star, wish fulfillment and healing. This is Aquarius energy. You showed up in your own reading. It's very significant when the sign I'm reading for shows up in their own reading, in the representation of the major arcana, because it's like you stepped fully into yourself in the springtime. There's no question about it. The last time I truly felt that, like for the first time, was when I realized that I could read tarot for other people. When I first started, I always just thought I was going to read tarot for myself. The idea of reading it for other people was like outrageous to me. But then I started reading for friends, and they started to give me really amazing feedback. And they kept saying, how do you know this? How can you know this? How can you know this? And every time I would sit to read the cards, it was like I felt more myself than ever before. It's such a pleasure for me to read cards for people. And so whatever it is that is being fulfilled for you in the springtime, it's exactly what you've wished for. It's exactly what you've manifested. And you've done a lot of healing to be able to reach this point. It's so gorgeous. I'm going to get one more card just to clarify, just to glean a little bit more information about what is this project. Okay, another major arcana, the Hanged Man, number 12. Virgo energy, something that you've been very meticulous about. Virgo energy is very structured, very meticulous, very grounded. But the fact that it's represented by the Hanged Man, you know, the card represents putting ourselves up into the tree of knowledge to kind of get a different perspective on things. So whatever this is that you've brought in for yourself as a wish, it's something that you spent a lot of time contemplating. I just heard decades for some of you. Like it's just this idea that's been boiling underneath the surface, like simmer, simmer, simmer. And that's why it's even more important to kind of really be cognizant of this energy, because this is no joke, right? This is your life's passion that I see coming into the fore for you. So ultimately, your life's passion is your life's passion. Your calling is your calling, and it's only yours. And somebody else needs to find their own calling, but you will have your unique voice. But I do see that whatever this is, you took a lot of time out to contemplate it. This isn't a flash in the pan, spontaneous endeavor. It's something you've been planning for a long time. In the South position, the South position, so we've gone through quarter 1 of the year, winter, quarter 2, spring, quarter 3, summer, right? And I say quarters of the year in case you live in a place that doesn't have seasons. This is your underlying challenges, what is challenging you. Hear the Ancient Ones. Hear the Ancient Ones. And it's clarified by the Knight of Swords, which is a messenger card. Knight of Swords is a messenger of truth, earnest truth, imperative truth. It could be something that Spirit's trying to download to you in the summertime. It might be a message that you don't want to accept. But they're trying to reach you, right? Sometimes it's good to we want to manifest our wishes, but we don't want to be so strict and stifling on how to get there, because it restricts the flow for Spirit. So if you say, you know, I want to live in a beautiful, safe, and abundant 5-bedroom house. Great. And you also take steps to walk towards that end, right? You save up your money with you and hopefully, you know, a partner or whomever, right? Or you're doing it on your own, whatever it is. You take steps towards your manifestation as your manifestation takes steps towards you. But if you're hell-bent on having a particular 5-bedroom house on this block at this address, it could be difficult for Spirit to bring it in just then, because there could be somebody living in the house. And then what do you do? Right? So it stifles, because Spirit is not just working with your free will, they're working with everybody's free will. So if the people that live in the house that you want to live there for another 15 years, are you willing to wait for 15 years? When you release the the hold on your manifestation, and you give it some flow, you give it some room to breathe. You just say, no, I would like to live in this neighborhood, this zip code, a 5-bedroom house that's abundant, that's beautiful, good condition, safe neighborhood. But where it is exactly, I'll leave that up to Spirit. I'll leave that up to the listings that show. Then Spirit can work with that, right? It's not to say that they can't get you the exact thing you want. It's happened many, many times before. People have proven that. But you have to be patient. And so it's all about what you're willing to put up with for your own self and your own sanity. But whatever it is in the summertime, Spirit has a very particular message for you that they really want you to listen to. And it could be difficult, but it's important for your growth, is what I just heard. And I always want to point out what it says on her dress here. It says, right is worth the cost. Right is worth the cost. So it's kind of like making sure that the right situation is really the right situation. And if the cost is being patient, then so be it. And that's just one example. Can I get a clarifier for the underlying challenges in the South position? Five of Wands. See how it's like Spirit showing me the playing board that they're working with. Five of Wands can be chaos and conflict. Things at odds with one another. Something in your way. Thank you, Spirit. Did you hear that honking? Something in your way. There's going to be an impediment in the summertime. It's not the end of the world impediment, but it's like a little bit of a wrench in the system. This is life. This is life. But I see Spirit as this grand player, right? Her dress is the playing board. Spirit is trying to maneuver things in your favor. Don't fight it. Allow Spirit to maneuver things. Be in a flow state. Be in a flow state. Very important. In the West, what is setting? What is being put to bed? So share your thoughts. Share your thoughts. And it's clarified by the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is Cancer energy. It's all about generosity and love, compassion, emotion, and joy. It's just about giving. And so it's almost like Spirit is saying in quarter 4, which is the fall, express everything that your heart is feeling. It may be difficult. That could be really difficult. But there's some things here in the West position that feel unresolved. I don't know. A Spirit just had put my hand on the middle card again, so it could be this energy. By the end of the year, maybe the entity could be a company or whatever, that was trying to steal ideas or undermine in some way or present issues or problems or obstacles. It's time here, maybe, because the Queen of Cups is about forgiveness. You could be forgiving. That could be difficult. But ultimately, when you forgive, you gain your freedom. You gain your freedom when you forgive somebody. You don't have to put up with their BS anymore. But you gain your freedom. Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords can be nightmare energy. It's interesting because in the West, the phrase that I have is putting to bed. See this? Spy Master. It's almost like I'm washing all of this over and all the eyes are closing. This feels karmic at the end of the year. And it feels as though you are resolving some karma. I mean, maybe that's what this is all about, that some past life energies that felt like they needed a one-up on you. And you being savvy enough to understand this on an energetic level. I mean, you're nobody's fool. Just because they try doesn't mean they're going to succeed. But you have to be really cognizant of things. And I think that you are. And I think that by the end of the year, you're making peace with it. Not necessarily with them, but with it. You're making peace with whatever this situation was. It's almost like the faster you bring peace into your life, the floodgates of abundance just open. And you are knowledgeable of this. You understand this intimately, I feel. Intimately. I'm going to get one card to close out the reading. Advice from Spirit. Yeah. What did I say? When you forgive, you gain your freedom. When you forgive, you gain your freedom. Thank you, Spirit. 8 of Swords. Analysis paralysis. Oh, now I hear that In Vogue song, free your mind and the rest will follow. That's the only line they're giving me. Free your mind and the rest will follow. You're gaining your freedom by the end of the year of toxicity or this overthinking, this anxiety. See it here? See this? These like water beds, these streams. Allow for flow. Allow for flow. That's beautiful. That's your reading, Aquarius. That was really beautiful. I hope that this resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe. Comment down below. That really helps my channel when people comment and when they like the reading. If you're interested in a personal 2025 yearly forecast, I do offer those over on my Buy Me a Coffee page, and I would love to do a personal reading for you. But if this is where we leave things, I hope that you have a wonderful year.